Welcome back, everybody. Today we're here to talk about some really exciting news we got about the Walking Dead Rick Grimes movie. Some really exciting news about some stuff that Andrew Lincoln said, and then also Robert Kirkman as well, Scott Gimple. To this weekend was San Diego Comic-Con, and we learned a lot about The Walking Dead. All three shows, really: The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, and The World Beyond. And currently I'm working on a lot of videos that are going to be coming out throughout the week, so be sure to stay tuned if you are a Walking Dead fan by hitting that subscribe button. But like I said, today's video we're going to be talking about some news about the Rick Grimes movies. So let's get into this, starting off with what Robert Kirkman said. The article comes from insiders, so credits to them, but he said this: "I'm very involved in those," said Kirkman in response to a fan question during his own San Diego Comic-Con virtual panel on Friday. "I'm talking to Andrew Lincoln quite frequently." So yeah, fans were asking questions, and I guess someone asked him about the Rick Grimes movies, and yeah, so really interesting here. So this tells us that he's involved in creating the movies. Obviously, he owns Skybound, which is co-producing it, so he is going to be getting like a producing credit, I believe. But it's interesting to see if he's going to write the movie, or are they going to get someone else to write the movie. But it is a movie. It's going to be like, it's a full-sized, like it's going to be a Universal distributed movie. So I'm sure there's a lot of rewrites. I'm sure they have a lot of people working on this movie, and I'm sure Kirkman is involved in that, as well as Skybound producing it. So the talking to Andrew Lincoln quite frequently is interesting. That kind of ties into the next thing that we're going to talk about from what Andrew Lincoln said. But apparently they're pretty close to filming also. I remember Robert Kirkman was saying that they were getting, or I believe it was David Alpert, one of them, but apparently they're really close to filming. And if it wasn't for the pandemic, they would have been filming probably this year, which I think is what everyone sort of expected, because they announced these movies in 2018, like almost 2 years ago, November 2018. So if they didn't start filming by 2020, that would have been a little bit odd. So we did learn that they were getting ready to start filming, which means that they probably are getting, or probably done with the script, which is really exciting to think about. It makes sense for them to, take a while and take their time on their script, because again, this is not like an AMC movie. I mean, it is, because I'm sure it's eventually going to air on AMC, but the point is, like, this is going to be a theatrical movie, so they're approaching it that way, which is very exciting, because like for us Walking Dead fans, we're about to see something like very theatrical, on the big screen, Walking Dead related, hopefully, which is again very, very exciting stuff to look forward to. So going to the Andrew Lincoln thing that I was talking about, so it looks like Andrew Lincoln, who I was about to say who obviously plays Rick Grimes, but I think everybody knows that Andrew Lincoln, who plays Rick Grimes, wants to get back playing Rick Grimes. He wants to get back to work on The Walking Dead, which I'm very excited for. So I'm going to go ahead and read what Scott M. Gimple said at Comic-Con, and then we're going to talk about it. So the article comes from comicbook.com, credits to them. They said Andrew Lincoln is, quotes, itching to get to work on The Walking Dead's first feature film, marking his return to the Rick Grimes role after spending nearly 2 years away, says screenwriter and The Walking Dead universe chief content officer Scott Gimple. So there you go. It gives us a screenwriter right there. So he's writing it. I'm sure, he's writing with other people, because this is like a big movie. But it says Lincoln permanently exited the television series after 8 years in 2018, stepping away in its 9th season to spend time with family. But the actor wasn't through with the dead. Following his final episode of zombie drama, Gimple and AMC immediately announced a planned trilogy of feature films following Lincoln's Rick on a new adventure in a different corner of the zombie apocalypse alongside foe-turned-friend Anne, played by Pollyanna McIntosh. So that is really interesting, because he wants to get back to work playing Rick Grimes, which is exciting. I think it's exciting because if he wants to do it, that's going to be the best. If he isn't there, if he's just like forced to play Rick Grimes and he doesn't really feel it in him, then obviously it's not going to be as good as him actually wanting to play it. So I'm glad the way they did it. I really am. He wanted to take time to spend with his family. He did that. Angela Kang took over. She did a great job with season 9 and 10. I mean, it's been really good, even though Rick isn't there. Like, it's been amazing, season 9 and 10. So I think it all worked out perfectly, I think, in my opinion. And I'm really excited for this. And I'll tell you what else I'm kind of excited for, and this might be a bit of an unpopular opinion, but I'm kind of interested and excited that Scott M. Gimple is writing this script. Now I know on the Walking Dead fan base, Scott Gimple gets a lot of crap sometimes, but say what you want, but like if you look at the episodes he's written, pretty good episodes. Like you can say what you want about his direction for the show, for sure. Like there has been some questionable things there, but again, there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that we don't know what's happening, and he was the showrunner, so obviously he will get the blame for it. But if you actually look at his individual episodes that he himself has written, pretty good episodes in my opinion. So I am excited for that aspect as well. So he goes on to say this: so much of what we've been doing is honing and tweaking and experimenting, and we're just in the lab with it. GamePortalComicBook.com's Brandon Davis during the weekend's virtual Comic-Con, and we've been playing around a lot. We were doing that before, and now it's forced upon us. We don't know when we would be doing it if everything was finished right now, and we just don't know. But we're in the lab. We're still goofing around with it. We're still playing around with it. So he's referring to what Robert Kirkman was talking about earlier. I made a video talking about this. But basically, yeah, the script is pretty much done. It's just that right now they can't film because of the pandemic, and they probably were going to be filming around this time. So they're just sort of like tweaking the script and making it better. So that's what he's referring to there when he's saying like we're just sort of tweaking and experimenting. And he says like it's forced upon us. But moving on, it says Lincoln is super involved with the project, Gimple added. He throws around the football with the rest of us. He's very, very interested in this thing. Alright, so that's really exciting to hear. I'm sure Andrew Lincoln will get like an executive producer credit or something, and I'm excited to see Andrew Lincoln on the big screen. And him saying that he's very interested in this thing is, I'm sure Andrew Lincoln is interested in, being in movies as well. He's a really, really good actor. It's such a shame that he did not get nominated for an Emmy. I mean, he didn't win, let alone get nominated. That's just like, I cannot believe that. I feel like he should have at least got nominated during his time on The Walking Dead. But anyways, yeah, it looks like he is interested in doing movies because he's interested in this, and also I think he's gonna be in a movie pretty soon with Naomi Watts. I think it's called Penguin Bloom, and he plays one of the main characters, and I'm excited to see that because again, Andrew Lincoln is a great actor, and we've only seen him on The Walking Dead, so I'm excited. I mean, he's been in other stuff like Love Actually and other movies, but I'm excited to see him in more movies. And then they go on to talk a little bit about the filming, and it looks like they're going to start filming whenever it's safe. So probably whenever season 11 is going to start filming, that's when they're going to maybe start picking this up as well for filming. We'll see. But going on, Gimple says, and I got to tell you, he's itching to get back to, Gimple told us. We all are. So that, in my opinion, is like the most exciting thing to hear, because Andrew Lincoln, he left the show because he was on there for like almost a decade, and I felt like he was getting a little bit tired, and he just wanted to be with his family, and because obviously he lives in the United Kingdom and they film in Georgia, and they film like we covered the filming here on the channel. They film from like May to November, so that's like over half the year they're filming, and you gotta admit that's gonna take a toll on somebody, so it's exciting to hear that he wants to get back into it. It's not just something he did for the character and because of it just like made sense for the character. It's that he actually wants to do it, which is great, because I think that's where great performances come from. If somebody's really motivated and really wants to be there, they're gonna give a great performance. If he's just there to because he's under contract or whatever, it's not gonna be that great. So there's been a lot of stuff under wraps for the movie, but slowly they're giving us a lot of information this week, especially with Comic-Con and everything, and talking about how they're pretty much ready to start filming. And like I said in the beginning of the video, these movies were announced in November of 2018. They were announced back then, so that means they were probably working on it before there. So I mean, I even heard stuff that they were sort of planning this for years in advance, because Andrew Lincoln let them know that his plan for the character is like, it wasn't just like a last second decision. So like actual development though for this movie, it's been like over 2 years, which I know that seems like a very long time, but for movies on this scope, theatrical movies, I mean, they have Universal backing them up. Universal is like a big distributor. I say that a lot, but it's the truth, because this is not gonna, I don't think this is just gonna be like extended Walking Dead episode. This is gonna be like a real movie, I think, which I'm excited for. So again, in terms of filming, it's probably gonna be whenever season 11 starts filming. And there's really no answer to that right now. Like Gimple said, they're forced to just continue working on the script because there's nothing we can do until things get better. So I would say, again, whenever season 11 starts filming, maybe at the end of 2020 or beginning of 2021, just whenever it's safe. But the exciting thing is that they're getting ready to start filming pretty soon, and this thing could come out depending on when they start filming. I don't think it'll take too long for it to come out after they're done filming. And that, again, depends on how much they do visual effects and all that kind of stuff, because they come out with 16 episodes of Walking Dead per year, right? So, again, I know this is like a big scope movie, but I still think if they start filming the beginning of 2021 or something, I'm sure they're going to be able to have it out by 2021, or I think 2022 at the latest. But again, it just depends whenever they start filming, and right now things are uncertain. But I wanted to share this information with you guys because this is really exciting to read. Exciting to see that they're getting ready to start filming. Andrew Lincoln is on board, and he's ready to start doing it. Really exciting stuff. So let me know what you think about all this stuff in the comments down below. Are you excited for the Rick Grimes movies? What do you want to see in the movies, and when do you think it's going to come out? Let me know all your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. But again, I am going to wrap it up there for this video, so hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating. And again, be sure to stay tuned for a lot of Walking Dead videos throughout the week by hitting that subscribe button. As always, thanks for watching, everybody. Please stay safe, and I'll see you guys soon.